On the 1st of July 2023, after searching for a new home for nearly 4 years, we decided to move to a Scottish island to be its only 2 residents. 3 weeks ago, we arrived here permanently with our 2 pet sheep and pair of cats. Due to the unusual nature of island life and very remote living, we want to document everything and invite you to join us for the ride. We've a 1700 stone Croft cottage to completely gut and restore, veggies to grow, livestock to build up, fish to catch and smoke, a boat to buy, antiques to restore, and much more. Step back in time with us at the Scottish Isle. This is a modern Drystone wall that you see here, and as part of our initial moving in plan, we decided we'd make a hole in this wall and put a ramp here so that we could take the quads to drag our things up to a shed behind the house. Bringing the quads down here was not easy, and seeing as we nearly tipped it sideways once and also managed to pull a wheelie on it, it left us with this redundant ramp which needed putting right. I confess I've never built a Drystone wall before, but have seen it done by a professional and do understand the principle of it thanks to books like John Seymour's Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It, which I highly recommend. Obviously, laying a full wall from scratch, which has integrity and therefore longevity, is probably best left to someone with more time-served experience than me, but I didn't think patching this would be beyond me, seeing as I was the one who also deconstructed it. Walls like these are found all over the UK, but with various regional differences due to the type of stone available and the aesthetic traditions which are built up over centuries. The rubble and concrete breeze blocks you see on the right is from our remodelling the steps to the front of the cottage, and we'll go into that project in more detail in an upcoming episode. The principle behind building a wall like this, which is known as drystone walling and also drystone diking in Scotland and in some parts of northern England, is fairly self-evident. You find rocks with a nice flat face, stack them as closely fitting as possible, and fill in and chink any gaps with smaller stones. Often the walls are infilled in the middle too. Normally you'll find the walls are wider at the base and become narrower towards the top and therefore are quite self-supporting.
Isa, you're ruining my shot. Okay. One of the many great benefits of living on this island is the abundance of wood, and by this I mean free wood, because the only fuel that we have in the house is wood or coal. And what's the point in buying in coal when you've got this much wood? Part of the process of securing this property was that we would have to indulge in some minor forestry tasks.
Scott had asked me to take this down, which, being the obedient wife, I'm going to do. We can see that the chimney has been, well, the fireplace has been really badly boxed out with stone and concrete. So I'm anticipating finding a complete mess with a square behind it where the original stonework is. This stuff here is nearly fallen down behind the chipboard, so I'm a little bit worried about the integrity of what's behind it, but just be gentle and see how it goes.
First time in 2 weeks that we've had no boats moored in the bay. Finally got some privacy. It's one of the strange things about being here. We expected that we'd have no people around at all, but that's not the case, especially during the tourist season. We're now in early August. This bay is constantly busy.
My guess is it probably shouldn't be doing that. I don't know if this is just the fact that they've built the fireplace out into the room and haven't enclosed it properly that is the cause of all this soot. But it does look pretty black over here as well, and even around here. So I wonder if there was a fire. And they've just plastered over it.
Well, that's an issue. This is lime mortar. Not cement, at least. So the surface layer appears to be pretty crumbly, but it does get hard underneath. Ta-da! A feature wall! Right, well, it's not without issue. I continued after I switched the camera off and took the plasterboard off of here as well, and we can definitely see a lot of movement in the stone here. Over here this was concreted, which is a no-no in an old property. This portion of the chimney here, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up very well, but I can put my arm into the chimney breast at a couple of points here, which is fixable. All this brown smoke damage, I now suspect, and rather than being a fire in the home or anything like that, I think the fireplace has been taken out and someone's still continued to use the fireplace like it was, and that's just sort of leaked out behind the board and stained this wall. Again, all this mortar needs to be taken out and redone, which is a time-consuming job, but we can do that. The biggest problem we have, and the reason we have a stonemason coming to look at this place tomorrow, is that is the lintel and it's cracked. So, is this monstrosity of concrete actually holding the wall up? Stay tuned to find out, I guess.